Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cranky Pundit podcast. I'm your host, Mike Morgan, the Cranky Pundit. It's an exciting day, guys, because it's our debut on YouTube. How's it going, everybody there that can actually see me? So anybody that was always listening to the audio on Spotify, you can now see my ugly mug on YouTube. And then if you're on YouTube and don't want to see my ugly mug and just want to hear my Barry White soothing voice, yeah, baby, well then just go straight over to Spotify and listen to it there. You don't gotta look at me. So I'm here in the studio. I'm getting a bit of shade over the Mark Noble jersey. I have like Steven Gerrard, Ward Prowse, a couple of cool players, and then people are giving out about Noble. Noble is a baller, guys. I love Mark Noble. You don't have to be world class to get up on my wall. You just have to be a legend, okay? That's all you gotta be. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and give me a 5-star rating if you're new to this show. If you're having a 4-star experience, don't bother leaving a review. I have enough problems in my life than a 4-star review. So just give me a 5-star review, or else I'll just find you. Do you know what I mean? That's how it's going. So we have an exciting show ahead today, guys. So we'll go through it. I had a good weekend. I had a very good weekend. I hope you all had a good weekend. I was gigging. I had my own soccer match. My team, my local team, we drew 2-2 in a cup game and lost on penalties, guys. There's no worse way of going out than on penalties in a cup game. I don't care what level you play at, like, you know. But the worst thing about this game for me is that I actually wore Ryan Bertrand's boots this weekend. Like, I bought Ryan Bertrand's boots 2 years ago. And instead of buying new boots to myself, I was like, these fit me like a glove. I was trying to channel my inner Jimmy Grimble. If you don't know what Jimmy Grimble is, it was a football show made 20 years ago, right? A movie about this teenager who's terrible at soccer, but he finds these old boots in a skip. And when he wears these boots, he turns out to be an amazing footballer, ends up getting trials at Man City, and goes on to have a great life. So I was like, do you know what? If that can happen, Jimmy Grimble, why won't it happen me at 30 years of age for Boher Celtic, you know? And I'll tell you one thing, guys, I ruined the Bertrand name. Ryan Bertrand, if you're listening, I apologise. I wore your boots this weekend and I was shizer. I won't even start for the team. I won't even come on as a sub next week because of your boots. They're half a size too small, but look, that's nitpicking. I apologise, Ryan Bertrand. I also apologise to Jimmy Grimble as well. That was a great show. I tried to do it. It didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? So maybe my football dream is over and we'll just stick to the comedy and the podcasting. I also had a gig in Dublin this weekend. And you know me, guys. I don't like Dublin. If I'm from Cork, you just don't like going to Dublin. But I love this comedy club. I did 2 shows. I did one at 8 o'clock and I did one at 10 o'clock, right? No problem, all good, great audience. I had fun, they had fun. But on the way home, right, in Dublin, on the way back from my gig, I was hungry, so I stopped for a slice of pizza in Dublin city centre on the way back to my car, right? The pizza was €9. A slice of pizza in Dublin is €9. I didn't ask for the drink. I was afraid to ask for the drink or the meal deal at €9. Like in Cork, for €9, you will get a 14-inch meat feast made by a guy named Giuseppe. Do you know what I mean? He'll be going, gabagoo, the pizza. You get, how's your family? You get a personal touch. Up in Dublin, €9 for a slice. A slice of pizza served by a dub named Rocco, like. Do you know what I mean? There you go, boot. There you go. Do you want anything else, boot? That's €9, yeah? Well, or else maybe it was €5 and he just scammed me. Maybe that's what happened. But I was afraid to ask for a Coke. I was parched driving home, like. Do you know what I mean? €9 for a pizza. I tell you what, it was bang average. I won't name the place because I'd probably be back because I was starving. But anyway, that's nor here nor there. And I apologise if you're from Dublin, but you probably don't like Cork. Do you know what I mean? So we'll just get on with it. Today also marks 4 weeks clean from gambling, folks. Yeah, I haven't gambled this year, and I said it last week on my podcast, and a few of you got onto me, including a bookie. A bookie got onto me last week and he was saying, Mike, I totally agree with your podcast, but maybe the one thing you missed is not only are you wasting time gambling, not only are you wasting your money gambling, but the whole thing is just corrupt anyway, that the bookies always win. And it's actually a fact. He mentioned that people who are very good at gambling just get cancelled by the betting app. So let's say you're on Paddy Power's betting app, okay, and you keep winning. Paddy Power will actually terminate your account. Like, come on, guys. Like, if they're letting you have an app, it means you're losing. That's basically it. Bottom line, you know. And yeah, guys, I'm actually amazed with the amount of people that got in touch with me about the gambling thing. Or it seems like we're going through this together. But I think it's something that's taking the souls of young men around the world at the moment. It's creeping into America. Before, you couldn't gamble online in America. You'd have to find a dodgy Russian guy in an alley somewhere. Give me 2-point spread on the Yankees. I don't know, does that make any sense? But in the movie, I got a guy, you know, he's gonna break your ankles in advance before he put on the bet. You know what I'm saying? But why is he Italian? I said he was Russian. Anyway, it wasn't legal to do it in America, do you know? And now it is. And I can see the effect it's having even on TikToks. Do you know what I mean? There's young fellas going, oh man, I'm a full-time professional gambler. You are in your, mate, you are in your, I don't know, should I be cursing on YouTube? So I'm trying to tone down the cursing. I don't know. I've seen people curse on YouTube before, but you know what I mean. Absolute shizer. So, yeah, guys, 4 weeks clean. I got my dopamine levels back. I'm finding things happier. I don't need to watch every game. I don't need to have a fiver on every game. I don't need to do nothing. I can just concentrate on myself. And even this little thing about even putting a camera in front of me is something I would have been too lazy to do when you're gambling and, you know, you're wasting 20 minutes here or there. Do you know, you have more time and to do the things you like and do some projects for yourself and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, 4 weeks clean from gambling, folks. I'm pretty happy about it, to be honest. I'm pretty happy about it. And if you're just starting, or if you're a person out there thinking about giving up gambling, if you're out there and thinking about giving up gambling, do it today. Don't wait for the match to finish tonight or the next race that's on. Delete your gambling apps now and spend that time doing something you want to do. Have a walk, go write something, apply for something, watch something, go to the movies, do something nice. Do you know what I mean? Do something nice instead of doing it. And this is your day. Go do it. Go do it. Unless you're winning millions of dollars, you know, then if you're in that case, send someone to me and give us the tips, for God's sake. But no more gambling. It's the principle. And you know how snaky all these companies are as well. Bet365, Ladbrokes, Paddy Power. Did I have a Betfair account? I think I had a Betfair account. They've all messaged me in the last 4 weeks giving me free bets. They've all gone, oh, Mike, hey, Mike, you might like to, hey, Mike, here's another one, buddy. Here's another, I see you haven't been online in a while. Here's a free bet. It's the principle. Like, I don't want the free bet. I don't want to be on your apps, mate. Do you know what I mean? So they're snakes, a lot of them. So don't fall into that trap. That's all I'm saying. Unless you're winning, keep going. But they're going to delete you. Like I said, they're going to delete you from the app completely if you're winning money. But, all right, guys, so we usually do a weekend review on a Monday morning. But that's what we usually do here on this podcast. We give out a Gomie and Goat of the week. Now, if you're not from Ireland, or where I'm from anyway, a Gomie is a fool. So we give out a fool of a week. And Goat, well, Goat is universal. It means the greatest of all time. We give out a Goat every week, and we give out a Gomie every week. So let me know in the comments who's your Goat this week. Who's your Gomie this week, do you know? And we'll see what mine are and do they compare and all that jazz. So we'll give out that at the end of the episode. Now, usually I go through the weekend's games at this point. I go through the weekend's games, but I am sick of the FA Cup. I don't like the FA Cup. It's boring. I'm done with it. Do you know what I do? No, I've actually made a couple of things that you could do to spice up the FA Cup. I have made a list of rules that you could change to spice up the FA Cup, because the FA Cup is gone so boring. Number one on my list, okay? Give each club from the lower leagues a goal head start, depending on the division they're in. So, if your team is in the Championship and you're playing a Premier League team, the team in the Championship gets a goal head start. If you're in League 2, you get a 3 goal head start. If you're in the Conference, you get a 4 goal head start. That's fair. That's exciting. Take my money. I'm watching it. Number 2, instead of giving 4th place as a Champions League, give the winner of the FA Cup. So the winner of the FA Cup qualifies for the Champions League. That would be automatically the best cup competition in the world if you just gave a Champions League spot to the winners. And the big teams would take it a lot more seriously as well. Number 3, handicap all the players from the big teams like they do horses in horse racing. So in horse racing, if a horse is too good, they'll throw another 12 kg on that horse to balance things out. So throw, like, I don't know, a suit of armour on Haaland when he's playing against Leighton Orient. That's what we should do. We should just throw a load of weight on him like they do for the horses, and then that way it balances things out. I'm just spitballing. I actually made more rules that I'll actually get into. 2 seconds now, actually. These are more rules that we could change to make the FA Cup better, okay? No more replays. No one gives a shit. like at the end, like Liverpool, I'm a Liverpool fan. Liverpool drew against Wolves at Anfield, forcing a replay. I would prefer to get beat, mate. I honestly just, like, we won the FA Cup last year and everyone's still calling us losers. They're all going, well, you didn't win the Champions League. You lost Man City by a point on the last day. We're still losers after winning the FA Cup and the Carling Cup. So what good is it? Get rid of the replays, man. Get rid of the replays. Okay, here's the next one. It kind of gets worse here now, but these are things you could do to improve the FA Cup and make it more exciting. Each team has to field a fan. Hilarious. You all go on about the magic of the FA Cup. What about if you got to call down just at the start of the game, ticket number 106, you're starting up front for Liverpool today against Accrington Stanley. Oh my God. Never mind the carpenter with the part-time job that plays for Forest Green. What about a fella at the back post who literally has no job, is a raging alcoholic and got his number just picked up and he scored a diving header at the back post? Amazing. Take my money, I will watch that game, okay? Next one then is the team that is higher ranked can only score a header or a volley. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just to make it exciting. Okay? The goals for the better placed team are half the size than the lower placed team. That could be kind of fun. And yeah, okay, if it's a draw, so if it's ended the game ended the draw, instead of a replay or extra time or penalties, the team that is lower ranked automatically qualifies. So if Man City are playing Wrexham and they draw, Wrexham go through. Boom. That's way better. That is way better. There's just a list of rules that I think will make the FA Cup more exciting. I looked through the games this weekend. I didn't really want to watch any. I was gigging the night Man City were playing Arsenal. That would have been a good game to watch. I obviously watched my beloved Liverpool take on Brighton today, and that was an absolute shambles. But all the other games, there was no magic. There was no. I know Stevenage knocked out Aston Villa in the last round, but there was none of that over this weekend. The magic of the FA Cup is gone, and we need these things in to spice it up a small bit, or at least make it a bit fair. Because yeah, I don't even watch the FA Cup anymore, mate. And I think all the teams, even if you win it, you get slagged for it anyway. Do you know, that kind of way? But like I said, Arsenal against City were the two big games. Arsenal against City and Liverpool against Brighton. Arsenal fielded a weaker team. They played Fabio Vieira. They played Tomiyasu at right back. They actually gave a start to Trossard, who was actually probably the best player on the pitch. But a Nate Nake goal separated the two teams. But you know what? I said it to an Arsenal fan yesterday. I said, you know what, mate? You're better off being knocked out. If you're Arsenal and you're going for the league, I would prefer to be knocked out. Can you imagine if it was a draw and they had to do a replay? Oh my God, no! Get out of that. Concentrate, tunnel vision, we're going to win the league. Just get out of everything. It's actually a blessing in disguise for Arsenal fans that they got knocked out of the FA Cup, because City are going to have another sticky game. They're going to be in the Champions League. They're going to be fighting on all fronts, and you guys only have the Premier League to worry about with the Europa League if you want to take it that seriously. So for me, blessing in disguise. Liverpool against Brighton was the other game. Guys, it's scary for Liverpool. That is the second time in 3 weekends that Brighton have beat us, and beat us fair and square. Their Japanese international, Mitomo, is absolutely insane. A man that didn't turn professional till he was 21. He actually went away and finished his degree in college before he would actually go and play professional football. Something that I didn't do either. I didn't finish my degree in college and I didn't become a professional footballer. Leave some women for the rest of us, Mitomo. But no, he's absolutely flying, and fair play to him. Very likeable guy, to be honest, actually, as well. And I wouldn't mind if Liverpool signed him, because he's actually made bits of Trent the last 2 times we played him. And he scored the winning goal today, and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Touch, finish, roof of the net. Perfect way to win in an FA Cup final. But look, I don't want to lay the blame anywhere on any Liverpool players or the management or anything like that. We're going through a sticky spell and we just have to stick together and all that. But Naby Keita is the worst player I've ever seen play for Liverpool. I wish I trusted anything as much as Jurgen Klopp trusts Naby Keita. I'll tell you what. I would beat Naby Keita in a race. Name your distance, I would beat him in a race. And I'm not bullshitting, guys. I actually would. And I'm not a fit person. I smoke, I drink, my diet is unhealthy. I eat a packet of Tang Fastics every night in bed before I go to sleep. Doesn't matter, lad. I would skin Naby Keita in a foot race. Straight up. Straight up. I don't know where we found him, lads. Honestly, the slowest man to ever come out of Africa, and Liverpool actually managed to sign him. But you know what? I'd bet him in a race, which gave me confidence about the Jimmy Grimble thing when we go back to the start and go on about the Jimmy Grimble football boots, me wearing Ryan Bertrand's football boots. If Nabykeita is playing centre mid for Liverpool, surely I can make it for Wrexham. Maybe not. There's levels. There's levels, baby. There's levels. So, yeah, I don't want to go through the FA Cup results. Not because I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm disappointed. I just don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the FA Cup anymore. So listen to my rules. Take all those rules under consideration and listen to me. FA, tag the FA if you're out there, lads. And, yeah, change the rules a small bit. So I'll quickly go straight into some of the transfer gossip that's happening around the place. It is coming to an end, the transfer window, so the last few deals are being done. Anthony Gordon has moved to Newcastle for 45 million from Everton. I don't know, guys. I actually don't know. Like, he looked lively last year, and now this year he looks terrible. He actually looks terrible. Now, this is the funny thing. Anthony Gordon tells Everton fans stick together after moving to Newcastle. So my head is about to explode. So you tell the fans stick together as you're leaving. So you're the captain of the Titanic, mate, and you're just jumping ship, but you're telling all the passengers, do you know what you should do now, lads? Do you know what you should all do? Stick together. But listen, I'll be back with a better team to try beat you soon. But what you should do is stick together. I'm going to go for more money. I'm going to have a better life. I'm going to save myself. But you know what you should do? You should stick together. What a weasel, boy. What a weasel. Go away from around me. Anthony Gordon, boy. He's one of those faces I don't even like anyway. What else is happening in the transfer front? Oh yeah, Arsenal have a second bid in for Caicedo, the centre mid from Brighton. It looks like it's going to happen, guys. 70 million. It's kind of a guy that I want Liverpool to get. I know Man United fans were looking for him, all that kind of stuff, but I think with United have Casemiro. I don't think you need him. I think Liverpool need this guy right now. But Arsenal, man, they're the team in the ascendancy, and it's even showing now at the transfer front. So, it looks like they're going to get Caicedo. John Joe Shelvey is moving to Nottingham Forest, it seems. This is hilarious to me because I like Shelvey, former Liverpool player and all that, but I don't think he's going to like Jesse Lingard's shit in the dressing room. Like Shelvey seems to me a bit of a man's man, bit of a tough boy. Like, if Jesse Lingard is doing shimmies and what are the dances called these days, guys? I'm running out of names for dances, but, like, you know what I mean. If he's just, like, doing TikToks in the dressing room, I just tell Shelvey, don't bother, kid. Just don't bother. Anyway, Shelvey moving to Forest, and Chelsea have reopened talks for Enzo Fernandez. Yes, the World Cup winner from Argentina. He made a classy performance. Did he also win Young Player of the Tournament at the World Cup? I believe he did. So Chelsea are back in for him. I don't understand financial fair play. I'm not an accountant, or like if I can't even, like if I went to get financial advice, I wouldn't be able to afford the financial advice. So I'm not one to talk about finances, but Chelsea like are really getting away with this whole fair play thing. And that, like, how come Everton can't sign players and Chelsea can? It makes absolutely no sense to me. So we'll just stick with Everton a while, guys. So Sean Dyche has been appointed as Everton manager. Do you think he will last in this job? I actually think that Sean Dyche is the perfect man to replace Frank Lampard at Everton. Practically all the Burnley players that he had last year are playing for him anyway, with Tarkowski, McNeil, all these type of guys. But what Everton need right now is to be compact, nice and tight, have a go at set pieces, concede few goals, all that kind of stuff. I think if Everton went for Bielsa, you'd just be relegated. You would be automatically relegated already if you went for Bielsa. Bielsa's the type of guy, he needs a pre-season, he needs to know you for about 3 months, and he needs to work out. Like, he does not have time for that right now. So you need a guy to come in, he knows his stuff, he knows his formation, he's not too flashy, you just play the way he plays, and he's known for keeping teams like Burnley, who are struggling all the time, in the Premier League. So I think Sean Dyche is an absolute ideal replacement for Frank Lampard, and you know what? Improves their chances of staying up. I would have said if they kept Frank Lampard or got Bielsa that Everton are going down, but in my opinion no, it's 50-50. Sean Dyche is the man. I always liked him, and he could be the man to take Everton into well, not into, but to survive. But also on the other hand, like I've been saying on other podcasts, I think the best thing for Everton is that they go down. I think the best thing that could happen is that they go down and get rid of all these Calvert-Lewins, get rid of all these people, and start again. Everton's a big club, they can come back. But that's only my opinion, folks. That is only my opinion. So we'll move swiftly on, guys, to our Gomi and Goat of the week. So my Gomi, I'm giving to nabykeita for reasons I've already explained. Nabykeita is the worst player that I've ever seen play for Liverpool in the last 10 years. Please go, mate. You caught us with our pants down. I am sick of you, bud. Leave the club. Just leave the club. And my goat is Matomo, the Japanese winger for Brighton. Unbelievable. Has to be up there with one of the best players in the Premier League so far this season, especially after the World Cup. He's amazing. He had a great World Cup, and he seems to be getting better and better, and confidence breeds more confidence, and he just looks like a confident winger right now. So, Matomo, you are my goat of the week. Nabykeita, you are my gomi of the week. Go away from around the place. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. I seem to have covered everything today. Yeah, I think I have. So guys, if you're listening to this on Spotify, come look at YouTube. If you're listening to this on YouTube, can you go subscribe, like the channel? It's a brand new channel. I'm doing up the office. I'm putting some scarves around the place. I'm just trying to get stuff done, really, guys. So if you want to give a like, a subscribe, comment, tell a friend about it, give it a 5-star rating on whatever platform you listen to it on. And also, if you want to get in contact with me, message the Cranky Pundit Instagram page or the Mike Morgan Comedy Instagram page, and I'll get back to you and we interact with fans. Don't forget, we'll have another podcast dropping Wednesday, and we have a weekly quiz with Psychic Dan that drops every Friday, guys. So please like and subscribe. Thanks very much for listening. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.